What's up, you guys? So in case you missed it, actress Meagan Good did an interview, a sit-down interview on the Today Show with Hoda and Jenna, and she talked about her relationship with Jonathan Majors and how all of her friends warned her not to date Jonathan Majors. So we're going to get into what she had to say about ignoring her friends' advice in this video. But first, if you're watching, if you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, and everyone click the thumbs up button. Now, I do have to say, normally I like to present things from a neutral point of view on my channel, but this situation, anytime it involves DV, I am not neutral about DV. And with the allegations, the charges, the guilty verdict, with all of that going on with Jonathan Major, I feel like Meagan Good is less than smart to date him. I actually feel like she was already dating him when he got involved in that altercation with Grace Jabari. I believe that she was the woman that was texting him links to D'Angelo's songs. I believe she was already involved with him and she wrote it out. But at the same time, I don't think it's a good idea to date someone with so many allegations of DV against them. But let's go ahead and get into what she had to say.
Did any friends advise you, like, he's in the middle of legal troubles, why don't you wait a beat? Why don't you wait to see how everything kind of shakes out?
Yeah, every friend advised me.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, one thing I know is I can always look myself in the mirror when I trust my spirit, when I trust God, when I ask God, and when I, move to the beat of my own drum. I can always look and say, okay, I'm proud of that. No matter whatever happens, I have peace in my heart and I have harmony in my heart. And it's only when I do something based on someone else saying, well, I think you should do this. And I take everyone I love's opinion and advice into account for sure. But at the end of the day, I'm the one who has to live my life, and I'm the one who has to, get to heaven one day prayerfully and give God an account of what I did. And so I want to be responsible for the choices that I make. And I also want to live the life that I want to live.
Now, I think normally it would be good to make your own decisions. Like, don't be a follower. Don't just do what your friends tell you to do, because a lot of times your friends can be wrong. So normally I think that would be a good way to go. But in situations where a man has all these allegations of DV against him, I feel like her friends were giving her good advice. Like, don't ignore the red flags. And to me, Meagan Good has proved herself to be less than smart by ignoring the red flags. So I want to get into what people have to say about her relationship with Jonathan Majors on social media, particularly this tweet. This tweet is from Slim Kyla Marie. She said, Meagan Good sat her behind right there in that courtroom while these text messages were being read out loud on a Summer Jam screen. And she's still supporting this violent lunatic. At this point, she has to explain it to me like I'm two. But I want to share this with y'all because it has to do not with the night in question that he got charged for. It has to do with his past with Grace Jabari. Like, this was an ongoing issue. It says, in text messages between Jonathan Majors and accuser Grace Jabari, the Marvel actor appears to admit to DV against his now ex 6 months before he was arrested in March and charged with assault on a separate DV case. So he had texted Grace Jabari, I fear you have no perspective of what could happen if you go to the hospital. And he said, they will ask you questions, and as I don't think you actually protect us, it could lead to investigation even if you do lie and they suspect something. In the text messages displayed to the jury and read into the record by Grace Jabari on her fourth and final day on the stand, Grace Jabari had assured Majors that she would not blame him for causing an injury to her head. So he injured her, and she still wanted to protect him. She said, quote, I will tell the doctor I bumped my head. Then, unable to continue through her tears, the assistant DA took over, and the rest of the text said, I will tell the doctor I bumped my head if I go. I'm going to give it one more day, but I can't sleep and I need some stronger painkillers. That's all. Why would I tell them what really happened when it's clear I want to be with you? So she was trying to protect the relationship, and it sounds like what really happened is that he caused some type of injury to her head. And so he responds, and this is the manipulation part, and this is the part that is a huge red flag to me. Not just the DV, but the mental manipulation. And this is why I say Meagan Good must be less than smart. He responds to her and says, last night I considered unaliving myself versus coming home. I need love too. Or maybe I'm such a monster and horrible man I don't deserve it, and I should just unalive myself. And this way, my existence is miserable. I want to not be alive. So after he injured her, he's playing the victim and mentally manipulating her. And so she decides not to go to the doctor. She said, I will not go to the doctor if you don't feel safe with me doing so or don't trust me to. I promise you I would never mention you, but I understand your fear. And then he texts back, I will probably unalive myself. It's not really contemplating anymore. I'm a monster, a horrible man, not capable of love. I'm unaliving myself soon. This is the man Meagan Good is dating. This is the man that Ayala Van Zandt is hugging, letting lay on her bosom. This is the man. He has some type of mental health issue. So people have been talking about it on social media. Another person tweeted, the infantilizing of Jonathan Majors has been interesting to see. The mother role Meagan Good has stepped into. The crying, silly dancing, and always looking dejected. Quite the show. It is a show. And I feel like with her having recently been divorced, I do feel like with her it is a rebound relationship. And I do feel like she gets to be needed in the relationship. Maybe Meagan Good likes this type of relationship where she is the one pouring into the other, where in her marriage, from the outside looking in, it seemed like her husband was pouring into her. But maybe she likes playing the mother role. And now that his trial is over, so many people are kind of like forgetting about the charges against him and just talking about how he appears to be like from another era. Like this person said, Jonathan Majors, go to the club and get a bottle of moonshine for the section. And another person tweeted this video of Chloe twerking in her color purple outfit and said, they said this what women be sending to Jonathan Majors DMs. And someone else tweeted these videos of Jonathan Majors dancing and said, Jonathan Majors ain't got a modern era bone in his body. Wow. This is the worst. This is the worst. And so I wanted to share this with you all because it's so interesting to me how many people support this relationship and just look at this relationship and laugh without really considering the danger of getting involved with a man who has these type of mental health issues where he would harm a woman and then urge her not to seek medical attention and threaten to unalive himself if she does. That's interesting to watch. But y'all leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think about it. As always, thanks for watching.